Hi Sarah. Thank you so much for purchasing a reading from my Etsy shop. So you ordered the Past Life spread, and this is a 15 card spread. So as you can see, it's very big. You might not be able to see all the cards right now in one shot, but I'll show you them as we go along. So yeah, it's a pretty big spread. I'm hoping I'll be able to get through it within the video, but if not, I'll just upload two parts for you. I'll just give you a two-part reading. Okay, so again, thank you so much for purchasing. I really love this spread. I find it so interesting. It's just really beneficial. It's a fun way to find out, how our past lives were and what happened and how they affect our present lives. So I went along and pulled out your cards. I'm recording on my phone, so I wasn't able to just shuffle them, live on camera. But I went ahead and pulled them out for you. I thought about you. I thought about your energy and your birth date. So we'll see what the cards have to say for you today. Okay, so this is the first card we have here, and it says, "Who was I in my past life?" So we'll go ahead and pull that. Okay, see if you can see that there. Who was I in my past life? Fairy of the Highlands. It's time to be brave. Okay, so um, with this card, I'm getting that you were a very brave person in your past life. You had the ability to stand up for yourself. You were a fighter. And even though you were a fighter, you didn't like to start conflict necessarily. You'd rather try to work things out, naturally in a more positive light. But, when it came down to it, um, when you came down to it, you would stand up for what you believed in. If push came to shove, you did eventually end up standing up for what you believed in. So if you take a look at the girl here, she's holding a sword. So this is representing you standing up for what you believe in. Okay, so I'm getting that you were very gentle, a very warm, nice, caring person. But you didn't like to start conflict if you didn't have to. And I'm getting that there was an incident where you did end up having to stand up for yourself and your beliefs. And so that was the time when you had to be brave. Okay, so now the next card is, was I married? So was I married? This is a clockwork pumpkin, a wonderful idea, the aha moment. Okay, so I am getting that you were married. Um, I'm getting that it was a wonderful idea for you to get married. Um, there was kind of a bit of procrastinating, I guess. I'm not sure on whose part, but there was a bit of procrastinating to get married. But then all of a sudden, it was just an aha moment that you decided now's the time I want to get married. So you did, and I'm getting that that the marriage did bring you happiness, joy, it brought you creativity and abundance. And so it's very interesting that we get this card too, especially because it's so close to Halloween. So yeah, I am getting that you were married. It was just kind of a spur of the moment thing. Okay, so now we're going to go on to the third card. And the third card is, was I happy in this past life? So let's see what we have here. Was I happy in my past life? Okay, so there you go. I'm sure you can see that now. So this is a sea beacon fairy. Guidance, but where will it lead you? Okay, so I'm getting that, you were happy, but you weren't overly happy. You weren't overly sad. You just had normal, emotions, everyday emotions that everybody goes through. Um, you did have your rocky times. You had your joyous times. As we can see, this card is kind of a bit of a dark card. There's waves around her. Um, very dark light, dark shadows, but she's also carrying a lantern which is lighting her way. So that is representing that, you had good times, you had bad times. Um, I know everybody would like to be ecstatic and happy, 24/7, but, but you were realistic and, you had your ups and downs. So that's what that card is. Now we're going to go on to the next card. And the next card is, what kind of work did I do in the past life? So let's see here. Oops. Okay. This is I am Callie. From death comes rebirth. Okay. I love getting this card. I just think it's a very beautiful card, very spiritual. It just gives a lot of information of what type of work that you did. This is really good. So this card, like I said, represents death from rebirth. This girl here, Callie, is a Hindu goddess. That's what she represents in this deck here. Let me see. There's a glare. I just want to make sure you can see that. Okay, there. Yeah, she represents a Hindu goddess. Um, so, I'm getting that you were a very strong person. You were very protective. You were fierce. Um, so I'm meaning that, your work was along the lines of being a fighter for yourself, for your people, for the people around you. So despite your strong attitude, you were also very helpful. She was a nurturing woman. She liked to help her brothers, sisters, mother, father, just a very helpful person. Um, you help people get through painful times in their lives. Um, and you also had the energy of fire around you. And so you would even dance with swords. This is what this Callie goddess did. She would dance with swords as well. That's how powerful and strong she was. And it's interesting also that the swords was mentioned in this cards, because it was also mentioned, like we said, in the first card that you had here. So when both swords come up in a reading, it's really showing that, you were a strong person. Um, yeah, you were just very strong, protective person. You were very brave. Um, and this Hindu goddess would also even cut the heads off of those that didn't understand the natural cycles of her time, because she's very earthbound nature. She loves nature, things like that. So yeah, I'm really getting the kind of work that you did was standing up for other people, standing up for other beliefs. You're a very protective person in your life, and you really wanted to protect other people. So nurturing people, just a job that required you to stand up for other people that couldn't necessarily stand up for themselves. Okay, put her back here. And so the next card is, was I an honorable person? So let's go ahead and pull that. Was I an honorable person? Okay, so this is the Fairy of the Divine Hand. So intoxication, distorted view, and overindulgence. Okay, so I'm getting that I think in your heart, in your heart you believed you were an honorable person. When this card pops up, it can mean that you were tempted into something, or maybe you were being over indulgent in something. You might not, have been honorable to yourself. I'm not getting that you weren't honorable to other people, but maybe you weren't honorable to yourself. You may have overindulged in something that that you enjoy, like, I don't know, sweets or soda or something like that. But even it can also mean that you may have fibbed or been in a secretive relationship. Maybe you didn't want to acknowledge these actions. So that's what I'm getting when we ask the question, was I an honorable person? I mean, you were honorable, but just in certain aspects, I guess, you may have had trouble being honorable. So I'll put that up here. Okay. Now the next card is, what type of problems or challenges did I deal with?